Hello my precious friends, I really hope that you're doing great. Welcome to today's class. It's our 19th lesson on a given Form 3 mathematics topic called Commercial Arithmetics 2. So we are looking at our example 33 on income tax, which reads that John, a civil servant, pays a payee amounting to 4,899 Kenya shillings. He is entitled to a monthly personal relief of 1,056 Kenya shillings and an insurance relief at 10% of his monthly premiums. Every month, he pays 4,200 Kenya shillings towards his education insurance policy. Calculate part A of the question, his gross tax in Kenya shillings per month. So from the question, we are already given the payee. Then, of course, they want us to get the gross tax. Then, of course, there are some reliefs that we are already given. Now, we know that the formula connecting the gross tax, the payee, and the relief is the formula for the net tax. So, we know that net tax, the net tax, also called the payee, that is whenever it is expressed on monthly basis, will always be given by, we take the gross tax, also called the total tax, the gross tax or the total tax. Then, of course, we less the total relief, relief. So clearly, we are given some two reliefs. We have a personal relief of 1,056 shillings and also an insurance relief, which is being charged at 10% of his monthly premiums. So we're going to start by getting the total relief. So the total relief will be given by, so to get our total relief, we are going to add the two reliefs. So we are given the first relief, which is a personal relief. So we have a personal relief, relief. Then, of course, we are going to add the other relief that you are given is an insurance relief. We have an insurance relief. So this will be equal to, the personal relief was 1,056 Kenya shillings. So we have 1,056 Kenya shillings. Then, of course, this is being charged on a monthly basis. So this is per month. Then plus the insurance relief. We are told that an insurance relief at 10% of his monthly premiums. So we'll take 10% multiplied by the monthly premiums. So we are told that every month he pays 4,200 shillings towards his education insurance policy. Therefore, the monthly premiums are 4,200 shillings. Therefore, the insurance is 10% of that particular premium. So we'll take 10% of the 4,200 shillings per month. So this will give us, we'll have Kenya shillings of 1,056 per month. Then, of course, we add, of course, the two zeros will cancel out. So this will remain to be 10 multiplied by 42 will get 420 Kenya shillings per month. Therefore, if we take 1,056, then we add 420 shillings per month, our calculator will give us a total of Kenya shillings 1,476 Kenya shillings per month. Therefore, this is what we are calling the total relief. Now back to our formula. Now that we already have the total relief, the formula was that payee or the net tax, or the payee, also called the payee, should be given by the gross tax, which is a synonym to the total tax. Then, of course, we less total relief minus the total relief. So on substituting the values, the net tax from the question we were given our net tax as Kenya shillings 4,899. So remember, the payee is always per month. So this is Kenya shillings 4,899. This is shillings per month. So per month, because we are told that it is a payee, it was a servant's payee amounting to that. So payee is always per month, which is equals to the gross tax is the missing value. So we'll have the gross tax, then minus the total relief. We already have the total relief, which is 1,476. So we are having Kenya shillings 1,476. This is shillings per month. So for us to compute for the unknown, which is the gross tax, we're going to have the following. So I'm going to take this value towards this other side so that it becomes a positive. So it means that our gross tax, our gross tax will be equal to, of course, we're going to add 4,899 shillings per month. Then, of course, we're going to add with Kenya shillings 1,476. Then, of course, this is also per month. So if you take 4,899 then plus 1,476, your calculator will give you a gross tax equivalent to 6,375 Kenya shillings per month. Therefore, this was the gross tax. Then part B of the question, we are given the table, which is monthly in Kenya shillings. Then the tax rate is percentage. Then we're given the table. We are told to use the table above to calculate John's taxable income in Kenya shillings per month. So of course, we'll start with the first slab as we check with the gross tax. So the first slab or the first bracket will be given by, we just pick the first amount here, which is 9680, then multiplied by, the tax rate is 10%. This is percentage taxes. So this is a percentage, of course, will always be over 100. So this will be equal to, of course, the answer that we get here should be in the units of the table. Clearly, our table is in a monthly Kenya shillings. Therefore, the whatever answer that we get is in Kenya shillings per month. Kenya shillings per month. So of course, these zeros are gonna cancel out. So 2 zeros will cancel out. It means that we're going to remain with 968 shillings. We move to the second slab. The second slab, we are going to have, we'll take the difference between these two. So we'll take 18,800 then minus 980. That is 99680. So this is 0. I'll borrow 1. This is 7. I'll carry 1. This will be 2. Then of course this is 1. Then of course 18 minus 9. This will give me 9. So that means we'll remain with 9120. So this is 9120, then multiplied by, the tax rate in the second slab is 15%. So this will be times 15 over 100. You feed this on your calculator, 9120 times 15 over 100. Your calculator will give you 1,368 shillings. Then of course, if we check 968 plus 1,368, it has not reached our total gross tax. Remember, our gross tax was 63.75. So this is the benchmark, 63.75. That is our gross tax, 63.75. So 968 plus 1,368, it has not reached our total gross tax. Therefore, that simply means that we continue with the taxation. So the third slab, we're going to find the difference between these two. we need to have the difference between these two values. So we are in the third slab, so we need to subtract these two here. That is 28, 28,020 minus 18, 800. So this will give us 0, 2. We'll have 0, 2. I'll borrow 1 to make this 7, this to be 10. So this will give us 2. Then of course I'll borrow 1. This is 1. This is 17 minus 8. This will give me 9. Then of course 0. So I'm getting 9220. So this is 9220. Then multiplied by our tax rate in the third slab is 20. So multiplied by 20 over 100. So of course the 2 zeros will cancel out. So that means we are going to remain with 922 multiplied by 2. Your calculator will give you 1844. So let's check these amounts. So we can add these three. We see where we are at as compared to our gross tax. So this is 968 plus 1368, then plus 1844. So this is 16 plus 4, that is 20, carry 2, this is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18 carry 1, this is 10, 18, 21, carry 2, then of course this is 4. So we are at 4180. We can see 4180 is closely nearing our gross tax, which was 6375. If we try adding another tax rate, let's see whether it will exceed our amount. So the fourth slab will be, to get the amount in the fourth slab, we'll subtract these two. So we'll take 37, 140, 37, 140, then minus 28, 0, 20. So this will give us, this is 0, this is 2, this is 1, this is 2, carry 1, this will be 9. So this is 9120. So if I take 9120, then multiplied by the tax rate here is 25. So times 25 over 100. You feed this on your calculator will give you 2,280. Then remember, the total here was our total at this particular stage. We got it as 4180. Now that means if we take 4180, we add to 2280 plus 2280, this will be 0, 16, carry 1, then this is 4, then this is 6. We are getting 6460. Clearly 6460 is above our gross tax. So this one is simply suggesting that we are supposed to treat the fourth slab as the last slab, because the total amount on this side cannot exceed. This amount should never exceed the gross tax. So you compute the amount as you check with your gross tax. So this one simply means that because if we add, this is 6460, which is greater than the gross tax, which was 6375, it means that we are supposed to stop our taxation at the third slab, then we treat the fourth slab as our last slab. Therefore, we don't need this one here. We need to treat our fourth slab as our last slab, since we can see that the amount will exceed that is the gross tax. So that means in the fourth slab, we are supposed to have the following. So if this is the last slab, we usually take the taxable income minus the total amount which was coming immediately before the last slab. So in the fourth slab, the slab that is coming before the fourth slab, remember in the fourth slab, you're supposed to have the 25%. So the amount that is coming immediately before the fourth slab, the total was 28,020. So we are supposed to subtract with 28,020. So remember, this amount can also be found by adding these values. You can as well add this value plus this one plus this one here. Let's check whether it is true. 9680 plus 9120. This is 9120. Then plus 9220 plus 9220. This will give us, this will be 0. This is 12 carry 1. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is 10 carry 1. This is 18. 18 plus 1. That will be 19. That is, if we add these amounts, this is what we are going to have. So we are having, this is 0. This is 0. This is 12 carry 1. This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is 10 carry 1. 9 plus, that is, we have 9 plus 9 plus 9, then plus 1. 9 plus 9, that is 18. 18 plus 9, that is 27. 27 plus 1, that will be 28. So you can see we are having 28,020, which is the same amount here. 28,020. 28,020. So you can either add this amount plus this amount plus this amount, or alternatively you just pick the amount that is coming before the that last slab. Then in the last slab, we are supposed to multiply this one by a tax rate of 25. So multiplied by 25 over 100, this one is supposed to give us the remaining amount. Now, to get the remaining amount, we need to subtract from the gross tax. So clearly, our gross tax was supposed to be here. So the gross tax, also called, of course, the total tax. We already had it in the first case, which was 63.75. 63.75. So this was supposed to be 63.75. Then the gross tax was in Kenya shillings per month. So this one is still in Kenya shillings per month, 63.75. So to get the remaining amount here, we'll take 41.80, which is the total of this plus this plus this. Then we subtract from the gross tax. So I'll take 63.75 minus 41.80. So this is 5. I'll borrow 1 here. This is 2, carry 1. 17 minus 8. That will give me 9. Then, of course, this will be 1. Then this will be 2. So we are having 21.95. So the remaining amount here was 21.95. 21.95. This is 21.95. So that if you take 968 plus 1368 plus 1844 plus 21.95, you will get a total gross tax of 63.75. Now, from that particular stage, there's something the question wants us to find. The question wants the taxable income. So for us to get the taxable income, there's an equation that we need to solve. We just need to solve this particular equation for us to get the exact amount of the taxable income. So the equation is taxable income minus 28,020, 28,020, then multiplied by 25%, 25 over 100. This should give us 21.95. So to easily solve this, I'll write it as taxable income minus 28,020 being equal to, I'll multiply the other side by the reciprocal. So I'll have 21.95 multiplied by 100 over 25. Remember, if I multiply both sides by 100 over 25, so that is times 100 over 25 times 100 over 25. These two will cancel out. These two will cancel out. So I'm going to remain with taxable income minus 28,020 being equal to, you take 21.95 multiplied by 100 over 25. your calculator will give you 80. Therefore, the taxable income will be equal to 8780 then plus 28020. Of course, this will give us 8780 plus 28020. Your calculator will give you 36,800 shillings. Then, of course, the taxable income will always be in the units of the table. The table was in Kenya shillings per month. Therefore, our taxable income is also in Kenya shillings per month. Kenya shillings per month. Therefore, this was the taxable income. Then we look at part C, whereby we are told to calculate his net monthly pay in Kenya shillings. Now, we know that for us to get the net pay, we usually take the taxable income, taxable income. Then, of course, we less total deductions minus the total deductions. So let's start by getting the total deductions. Now, total deductions will be given by the payee. We usually take the payee, or what you are calling the net tax. Then, of course, we add any other deductions plus other deductions if they are provided in the question. So this will be equal to, let's check back our payee. So from the question, the payee was 48.99. That was our payee. So this is Kenya shillings, 48.99. Then, of course, it's a payee. Therefore, it is per month. Then we are going to add any other deduction. So remember that from the question we are told that civil servant's pay was this. He's entitled to a monthly personal relief of 1056 and an insurance relief of 10% of his monthly premium. Every month he pays 4,200 towards his education insurance policy. Always remember that a premium is a deduction because he's paying this amount of money. He's paying from his pocket or from his salary. Therefore, a premium is always a deduction. Therefore, the other deduction is 4,200, which is a premium, 4,200 shillings. Then, of course, it was being paid per month. So the total deductions will be 48.99 plus 4,200. Your calculator will give you 9,099 shillings per month. 9,099 shillings per month. Therefore, to get the net pay, will be equal to the taxable income minus the total deductions. Therefore, the taxable income, remember we already have it as 36,800 shillings per month. So this is Kenya shillings, 36,800 per month. Then minus total deduction, we already have it, which is 9,099 shillings per month. You take that 6,800 minus 9,099 shillings. Your calculator will give you Kenya shillings 27,701 shillings per month. Therefore, it means that our net monthly pay, the net monthly pay, will be equal to Kenya shillings 27,701 shillings per month. Thank you very much for accompanying me until the end of this particular lesson. I do not take it for granted. In case you are new to the channel, kindly hit the subscription button and also turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you'll get notified. Until next time, this is Kind Tuition Academy. Thank you very much.